to Clerk, the first free throw shooter among forwards. Bulls are 2 of 10 from the field this quarter.
Yeah, Steve's got a basket and Judd got a basket, so go Arizona.
Chauncey Phillips looking for the opening, goes down low for Thomas. This is a guy that the preseason impressed us. Plays very hard, very aggressive player around the basket. Dennis with the rebound. Double figures for Dennis Rodman, 10 rebounds now with just under 6 minutes left in the first half. Michael, big one way, came back, bounced it to Tony, out to Judd. Great ball movement. On top, Hart with a jumper. Dennis tapped it. Could he get it? No, but Tony taps it out. So the Bulls keep it alive and hold on to possession. Michael with Antoine Walker on him. A little bit like the other night, Kevin Garnett guarded him. Ball tapped out, will belong to the Bulls. 15 on the shot clock.
Green Church, where?
Comes Thomas, Michael with a fake, and they'll say hold it right here.
Yeah. Mercer on the foul.
Dennis Rodman. By the way, the hairstyle is starting to fade a little. Consecutive games of 10 or more rebounds. Dennis has 14.
And I know Doug has got tonight included, right, Dougie? Him?
Dougie does.
Mundo, you know that.
Nice job, Dougie.
Yeah.
MJ bounces that one home.
Michael with 6 points. For him so far. Tie 27.
Untied as Michael hits that. 28-27. Mercer, quick jumper from the right side hits. That's a very quick release on the shot. He just turned and shot it. Bulls in a little trouble. Judd Bushler right there to help out.
Whoa! Didn't know if they were going to Rodman or Tony, but the Bulls turn it over on a break again. It's at 10 turnovers now.
The Celtics with 9 points off those turnovers. Bulls with 5 points off the 7 Boston turnovers. Ball club makes you work very hard.
Patience. This is one you have to really be patient.
Phillips penetrates inside, throws up a bad shot. Out to MJ. Bushler, right side for Hart. 10 in the shot clock. Michael inside. Tony had it blocked away by Thomas. Got it back off the glass. Nope. Rebound loose. Ron Harper gets it. His shot comes in and up. Tony Kukoc there puts it up and in.
He stayed on the board. They'll take a 20-second time out to talk about it. It's Tony's first basket, Tommy. And get it off the rebound.
And it'll be a full timeout. 4:09 left, and the Bulls lead the Celtics by 1.
The frozen tundra is.
This month on Schoolyard Jam, Isaiah Thomas returns to the Proviso West Tournament. Catch up on Mount Carmel grad Antoine Walker Saturday at 5 on Sports Channel, soon to be Fox Sports Chicago. And John, coming up at halftime, Fox Sports Chicago brings you the high school shootout. And coming up on our Chevrolet dealers halftime report, Chet Norm will have first half highlights and that high school three-point shootout. There's a special shooter in there that I know you are going to be interested in. Lon Kruger's little girl, the Illinois head coach, will be involved in that three-point shootout. So the best shooters from around the state. Oh, that tastes good, doesn't it?
I won myself.
Don't mention it. 30-29, Bulls with the lead. Coming up on 4 minutes left in the first half. Phillips, top of the circle, looks for the open man. 10 on the shot clock. Thomas up to set the screen. Tony comes over to help. Mercer drives. puts it up. No rebound. Tapped out to Michael. And that's where Phil Jackson says, 2 hands, Tony. Rebound with 2 hands. Don't tip it. Grab it. That's a European style of rebound. Just go up with 1 hand and tip it and try and control it. Dennis Rodman's made quite a living out of it, but there aren't many of him. MJ comes through the lane, puts it in. Nice hard move by Michael.
9 tough points by MJ here with 3:20 to go. First half. Oh, he traveled.
Looked like he might have.
Yeah.
He got a 3 out of it.
He traveled, and yes, he did. But anyway, he got the 3.
Now they come out with full court pressure. With Antoine Walker on him. Tony will try to handle it himself. It's a man-to-man press. Usually they go zone on their press. MJ to the corner. Judd Bush their baseline along deuce, and Judd hits again. Four points for Judley. 16 Bulls bench points so far. Not too far from the starters bench. Thomas inside, blocked by Judd, and a foul called. He must have got a piece of his arm. Stop by any one of the many Chicagoland Target stores and register to win 5 Bulls fantasies. Any one of them, visit your favorite Target location for more info.
That's been very good from the free throw line, Tommy.
3 of 7 here in the quarter, 4 of 8 for the game. And just as we say that, that makes it. But you do better than that. Try again.
Didn't get a chance to get my mojo up there. That's right.
I got you. Thomas is guarding Tony, and he goes by him like he was standing still. Into the corner, Judd Bushler for 3.
Well, Judley having some fun here in this quarter. 50 more bucks from Judley.
Goes to charitable from Tarek, Muffler, and Break, and the Celtics won a 22nd timeout. And a special note again to the Heat coaches that are watching, Judd Bushler is hot.
Well, the 2 men that were supposed to get the ball in bounds were covered pretty good, but they came back. Harper then gave it to Tony. Tony just comes up and breaks it. Here Tony comes up, breaks it, hits the corner for Judd Bushler right in front of their bench. There you see the hand, and there's a 3. 7 in this quarter, and here's a little kickoff from Michael just inside the 3-point area. So Judd Bushler with 7 points in this quarter.
3-point shooting. Both teams about the same. The bench has scored 19 points for the Bulls, and the starters have scored 18 points up to this point. There aren't many points in time in a game. You can look at the Bulls, especially with Michael and Ron Harper scoring more points, and say that the bench has scored more than the starter. Thomas picks up his dribble. Harper's going to get it. Just under 2 minutes left now in the first half, and Ron Harper will come up with a foul. A late call by Louis Grillo, but a foul nonetheless.
That's their 5th, I believe. If it is, they'll be shooting. The 4th?
I think it's their 4th, John. Yep.
Okay. Rick Pitino spending his whole game at half court. He ought to be out there with the officials.
Well, he is. Is that what you were looking for? I figured it was.
He's sitting out there.
Antoine Walker, top of the circle. They set a lot of down screens. Turnaround jumper by Mercer is good. They'll set a down screen. The shooter comes off, and they look very quickly for that shot. If it's not there, you run right back down. Tony on the dribble, gets it ahead. Ron Harper comes inside, fakes, and got him in the air, puts it in. Ron Harper with 4 points now. He's also got a couple rebounds and 2 assists. Thomas, top of the circle. Has it again. Shot clock at 4 and 3. Mercer to Thomas, who did just get it off and hits that jumper from about 12 feet.
7 points in this quarter now for John Thomas.
39-38 Bulls with the lead. Tony goes backdoor for Hart, spins, had it tipped, got it back, soft, short, got it back again, had that one blocked. Dennis Rodman tries to come up with it, saves it, but gets it right to Walter McCarty. Walker in the lane, off the glass, nope, rebound. McCarty fights for it, it's loose. Ron Harper gets a lot of these, got that.
Oh, Dennis, go ahead, Dennis. Nope. Then you get it, Bushy. 9 points for Judd, and they'll take the last shot here. The Bulls with a 1-point lead.
Celtics will try and take the lead. Walker with the top of the circle. Finds Mercer. Tough jumper. 1.7 left. Michael's open down there for a second. He's got it, and he got fouled with 0.8 of a second to go.
There it is. He catches it, and Mercer runs him on out of bounds. So Michael will shoot a couple here. $13 points in this quarter for the Celtics.
MJ hits both of those. 0.8 of a second left. And we played one half of basketball here at the United Center in Chicago. And the Bulls lead the Boston Celtics 43-40. Now let's go back to our studio one more time. Here's Chet Coffin. Bulls just 38%. A little better for Boston at 43. Both teams hit a couple three-pointers. Free throws, Bulls got there 15 times, almost double what Boston did. And again, almost doubled them from the makes. Rebounds, Bulls with 10 more. Offensive, 7 more rebounds. And second chance, two teams with 5 each there. 43-40 Bulls with the lead as we prepare for the second half. Coming up tomorrow night, Bulls will take on the Miami Heat, John. 6:30 with the game room, 7 o'clock tip-off as the Bulls will take on the Heat. That'll be a different ball game. It'll be a much more physical game. Pat Riley style teams like to get after you physically, make you make the turnovers, but more than that, as Phil was talking about in the newspapers, they'll challenge every shot, John. There are no freebies when you play Miami.
Yeah, what they'll do is they'll get their center down low, and they'll rain you with three-pointers, and they can all shoot them. Sean Leonard and Tim Hardaway, Jamal Washburn, Dan Marley.
We are at the United Center in Chicago as the Bulls take on the Boston Celtics. Along with my partner Red Kerr, I'm Tom Dorr. Eric Collins, our sideline announcer. James Angio. Doug Stanton back in the truck with Aldo Perry. Almost killing those hot dogs in the press room too. That's a Hawaiian greeting. I think that says Happy New Year in Hawaiian.
It says no handball playing in that aisle. Wow.
All right, let's see what the Bulls can do offensively here. As Antoine Walker's right there defensively on Dennis. Luke gives it to Ron Harper. He comes inside, had it blocked. Bulls wanted goaltending and can't believe there wasn't goaltending called. Dennis Rodman with the slam.
Yeah, there wasn't no goaltending on that one. Dennis with 7 points.
Rick Pitino up at half court again. Phil Jackson's been upset with Pitino being on the floor or being out of the coach's box most of the game. McCarty down low for Walker.
Okay, you can only have your team in front of you in one half, and you get to pick that if you're the visiting team. You know.
Phillips lost it. Tony Kukoc comes up with it. Hart.
Hello, Mike. Hart thought he got fouled on a play, but Michael followed it up.
Michael laughing at Hart. He's going to say something to Hart as they're running down the floor.
He may wait till they get on the plane.
I think he was expecting a lob pass there. Purvis Ellison fighting the flu out there on the floor. Down low, Walker, good spin move off the glass and good.
Yeah. Didn't know if he was going to shoot that off the glass, but who cares? It's too, right?
That's as far as he's concerned. That's the big key. Blue Longley up high. Back to MJ on one of the holes of the ball. MJ makes it. 49-42 Bulls with the lead. Walker fakes the shot, doesn't take it. Now does. Off the glass.
Look at him. He's looking over at the official. What is he?
Want more style points or something? You put it off the backboard. Bulls bench, I think, giving Antoine Walker a little brief about that bank shot. Tony Kukoc strong to the hole and finishes it off. Antoine Walker, they play a little bit like Scottie Pippen, how the Bulls would use him when he comes back. McCarty hits the fadeaway jumper and he'll get fouled.
Antoine Walker hits this one off the glass, then he comes.
But John, what I was going to say is they'll use him as a point forward, like the Bulls like to use Scotty in that spot.
Ronnie Harper on that foul, and McCarty made that basket, so they got a chance for a three-point play here. Paul McCarty opened it up with a three-point field goal.
Oh, here, look at this. Doug Stanton graphic here, John. 27 of the 47. More than half, says Doug. This is graphic.
1.5, 13 went to
points.
Kentucky.
Points scored so far. Bowen comes back in as McCarty will leave. Kukoc. Top. Dennis posts up. Gives it back to Tony Kukoc. And he throws it away. Tony got bumped. Bowen pushes up the floor. He lost it. And it goes out of bounds and will belong now to the Bulls. To the Bulls.
Literally, he's going to back on into it, and he overran the ball. Looked like.
Ellison knocked it away. Ahead from Mercer. Lays it in.
The Bulls look like they're ready to put the game away. They come right back.
When a ball club likes to run and press and make moves like that, they usually can score points in a hurry. MJ on top. Spin. Gives it back to Tony. Had it knocked away. Loose ball, and the Celtics come up with it.
He was more interested in trying to go up and score with that ball before he caught it.
This has not been a pretty third period. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Scott Burrell will come back in. Michael. Down baseline jumper. MJ. Nope. Tony tapped it out. Dennis Rodman tries to corral it. Tony does.
A lot of green players there.
Luke Longley from 16.
Wow.
Way off. Dennis Rodman looked away and put it back in.
9 points for Dennis Rodman to go along with 14 boards.
Bulls at about 40% for the game now. Jumper from the wing. Ellison with the rebound. Looks away. In the lane. Walker way off the three-pointer. Walker comes right back in, and Luke fouled him. On Wednesday, January 21st, Bulls take on the Charlotte Hornets. It's Mother's Bread Lunch Bag Night. First 5,000 kids 14 and under in the United Center will receive a Bulls lunch bag. Compliments of Mother's Bread. Steve Kerr will check in. Walter McCarty will come back for the Celtics. Tony Kukoc comes out. And he's hurt. Ron Mercer, something, is it right forearm? Maybe it's cramping, I don't know. DeClercq will come back in. Elbow.
Crazy bone, maybe, you know, sometimes.
Yeah. Mine hurts just watching that.
God, when I hit my crazy bone, I ache all over.
There's all those balloons Johnny always blows up.
Yeah. Well, I was here early today blowing those things up. I want you to know that.
You got here when I got here today. I was surprised. 53-51, Bulls with the lead. And Michael goes right by Antoine Walker. The double team comes up. Luke with it down low. Steve Kerr comes off the screen. Luke fakes the pass to him. Starts to make the move in the lane. Double team, puts it up, and he's fouled.
Luke's looking for his first points of the game.
He's got a couple rebounds to assist.
This is the kind of game, though, that they force you to play without a center. They want you to bring in a forward or a guard, and that's what you have a tendency to play against this type of team.
Well, they want you to match up against them. On Tuesday, January 13th, Bulls take on the Sonics. It's Miller Genuine Draft T-shirt night. First 10,000 adults 21 and over in the United Center will receive a Bulls T-shirt. Compliments of Miller Genuine Draft. (54-51) Bulls with the lead. Walker fakes the pass, gives it back to Travis Knight.
Oh, man, what an offensive foul that was put on Michael.
Michael still telling Louis Grillo about it. Steve Kerr on top for Scott Burrell. Bulls for him there. Baseline Steve Kerr with the fake. Jumper Steve Kerr ends up on the Bulls bench almost as he finished off, but he hit it. And a foul that'll go against Scott Burrell. They'll throw him for the hand check. We'll get a timeout. 6:31 left in the third. The Bulls lead the Celtics by 5.
News break.
Saturday night, catch all the action when the Hawks take on the Toronto Maple Leafs. It starts with the game room at 6. Face-off is at 6:30 Saturday on Sports Channel, soon to become Fox Sports Chicago. And the Bulls and the Chicago Tribune have teamed up on a classroom program that meets state goals. Teachers learn more about a special workshop featuring Bob Love. Call 630-386-4200 for more information. .6:31 left in the third. The Bulls lead at 56-51. Dana Barros into the ball game now. McCarty as Walker wants it down low. Walker with 14 points. Spins, gives it inside. Travis Knight who lays it in. And now they come with full court for nope. I thought Antoine Walker was there for full court pressure. They fade back. I was looking for that zone press, but it was not there. Michael brings it up against goal. Steve Kerr had to be in the front court, and the whistle blew before Steve even landed in the front court. Steve's complaining that he was in the front court.
Well, it wasn't 10 seconds because there was 15 left on the clock.
And the whistle blew right before he caught it. Because he may have been there. McCarty with the turnaround jumper. John, he impresses me with how quickly he gets that shot off.
Oh, Wolf let him creep right back up in here again.
Steve Kerr gets it up to Burrell. Luke. Longley spins, and he got fouled. Travis Knight will pick up the personal foul.
They had a chance to get a couple books here from Benny the Bull he's got out here that are really great. Benny Gets a Bully Ache, written by James Bomberger and illustrator Roger Hall. Kind of cute. Benny's coloring book from A to Z. The Bulls do so many things at the game, away from the game.
Oh, yeah.
You know, really a guy you can hang your hat on. There, the real role model for you, Benny the Bull.
Oh, yeah. He's great. 58-55 now, Bulls. Now the Bulls turn about a little fair play as they put on pressure. Tatum Barrow's the guy that it's hard to press. He's such a good ball handler. McCarty finds the middle. Walker, baseline jumper, nope. Rebound tap. Purvis Ellison got fouled by Luke. No, Dennis Rodman called for the foul. I saw Luke push him, and I thought Luke was going to be the guy that got called for it. But it's not to be. Eric Collins, what do you got, buddy?
Hey, guys, I'm just kind of curious. What do you think about the pace of the game? I talked to Rick Pitino earlier today, and actually he repeated the company line. He says, we want to shoot at least 23 shots every quarter. Well, at the end of the first half, they had just 37, way off the pace. And so far in the third quarter, they're not getting up a heck of a lot of shots either. Just 10 shots so far in the first almost 7 minutes of the third period. With this pace, wouldn't you figure that the Bulls would just be jumping up and down in front of these guys? No? Am I wrong?
What do you think, John?
I can't get a read on this game yet.
The thing that I see is that the Celtics are taking away the passing lanes, and I think making it very difficult for the Bulls to get the easy shot. And the Bulls are getting back on defense and not allowing the Celtics the fast break points that they like to get. Scott Burrell within the corner. MJ trying to post up, gets it inside. Faked Ellison in the air, spun one way, comes back, puts the jumper up short. Rebound pulled down by Antoine Walker. Bowen comes down the lane and lays it in, and that's just what I was talking about. They have not got many. We're tied at 58 with 4:40 remaining in the third. Steve Kerr fakes the three, comes inside. He'll take the two from 15 feet and bangs that home. 60-58, Bulls with the lead. Ron Mercer up off their bench. Walker gives it back to McCarty with the fake, and Scott Burrell can call for the hand check. Mercer comes in, and Bowen will lead.
Bulls in foul trouble. They'll shoot 2 free throws. Try to tie it back up here with McCarty.
Kukoc gets up off the Bulls bench. McCarty hits that. Here comes Tony, and Luke Longley will come out. What's your favorite island in Hawaii? I like Maui. Johnny likes Mai Tai.
Mai Tai.
Oh, I got you.
Like Mai Tai?
Yeah. Like mine, too. Tied at 60 now with 4 minutes. About 10 seconds left in the third period. Grab bumped by Antoine Walker. That's his first foul. Their fourth, so both teams will be in the penalty from here on out. Michael spins off, finds Burrell. He's open right side for 3, in and out. Tony Kukoc right there, comes down, up and got it, and he's fouled.
Good job by Tony on a rebound. Then going up and underneath. Watch him. The shot is right on line. It's missed, though, and Tony gets a rebound. Now watch this. He goes up.
Stays with it.
Stays with it is right. Purvis Ellison on the foul. Tony, slow game here.
Bulls lead it by those 3. 40 seconds left in the third as Barrows has it on the dribble. McCarty with that jumper from 15 in and out. Dennis Rodman with rebound number 16. Bulls quick ball movement. Michael with the baseline jump.
Yeah,
He got fouled.
yes, sir. On Mercer. There he is, watching real quick movement and trying to keep up. And Mercer reached out, put that left hand on him.
Bowen comes back. Mercer will leave.
Mercer had a good first half. 6 in the first quarter, 6 in the second. Basket here.
That one bounces in, so it's a 5-point Bulls lead again. Full court pressure. The old adage in basketball is a pressure team, a team that loves to press. When they run into a really good pressing team, they can have problems handling the ball because they work on it defensively as the ball is stripped away.
Well, Aiton's going to take Tony one-on-one, and Tony's amazing. I mean, he may get beat 3 or 4 times, then all of a sudden, boom, they look and he's going the other way with the ball.
For the quick reversal. Burrell steps out on the floor. Lowers the shoulder, comes inside headed block, and a foul call. Coleman will pick up the foul. We got a timeout. 2:54 left in the third. The Bulls lead it by 5.
Chicago.
We're here with the Walker clan of Olympia Fields. This is the Antoine Walker family, and this is his mother, Diane. The question I always want to ask the parents of athletes is, when did you know that Antoine was just going to be a special athlete?
Probably at the age of 12.
That early? Was he just huge?
Pardon me?
Was he just huge, really tall?
Yes. He was like 6'1", 6'2".
What's your favorite memory of Mr. Antoine when he was a kid?
My favorite memory is when he was in 7th grade. He played at Visitation High School, and he became a star of the team.
In 7th grade?
In 7th grade.
Is he still nice to his mama?
Oh, he loves his mama.
Thanks for talking to us. That's Mrs. Walker. Let's go back to the game. Guys, take it away.
Well, great players, John. When you interview them, they always say the first thing, or when the camera pans on them.
Yeah, hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. That's right. You got it.
6 points for Burrell now. Thanks to the lift for the Bulls.
There's that one, and Antoine Walker comes down with a rebound. Her little boy has 16 points and 11 rebounds, 2 assists.
I'm bigger than that 6'1" though now.
Yeah, a little. Yeah. I remember Visitation Grace. Barrows from 15 with the jumper, back of the rim, rebound Scott Burrell. First rebound for Scott as Tony has it on the right side, down low, looking for Michael, a little too tall.
Michael thought he got grabbed on that play. A whole lot of grabbing going on out there.
Bulls lead it by 6. Allison with Tony on him. Goes down low, ball knocked loose, and Scott Burrell will get the foul called out. It's his 4th.
.82% free throw shooter going up there to line now. He's got 10 points in the game. You mentioned Walker with 14, and 14 by Ron Mercer. Young kids, right?
Oh yeah, and they are going to get better and better and better. And you and I keep talking about young teams that are going to get better. The Timberwolves, Washington Wizards.
Well, he comes out of a great line of Walker comes out of a great line of kids that came out of the Chicago high school, and of course the guy we'll see tomorrow, Tim Hardaway. One of the best in my opinion. One of the best.
Well, Johnny, you and I were talking about all-stars, and who would you vote as point guard of the Eastern Conference All-Star team? As Tony goes to the basket and gets hammered, it's hard not to vote for Tim Hardaway right now.
I think Tim Hardaway and Strickland are two of the real good point guards that can break you down, shoot outside. Tim's got a little more range. Yeah. We were talking about in a paper this morning about Dennis not making the team, but you start to think there is a whole bunch of guys that are having great years that are going to be right on the bubble.
Oh, yeah. MJ comes out with 2:03 left in the third. Purvis Ellison comes out. Tony hits that, makes it 68-61, and again the Bulls come up with some pressure, just enough to slow you down. They don't expect to steal it, but try and just slow you down a little bit. Then Barrows takes care of all that. De Klerk. Bowen. Missed that one. Rebound. Walker had it. Lost it. To
get him.
Makes a couple times. Missed it. Won the foul.
Boy, that's the one if you're going to take the foul. Son Dennis.
Yep.
His second, but this is the guy you want to foul.
You're saying, John, that De Klerk is not a very good free throw shooter?
I don't think he ranks
among the leaders.
My good friend Doug Stanton in the truck always helps me with these things when I say who is among the bottom. Maybe we'll be able to see here. De Klerk.
Well, he's got a couple shots, so we'll see maybe after this one if Dougie can call it up and put it on the screen.
Left the glass. Give me a break.
Oh. All right, here you go, John. Sure, this is it right here. There's Jason Caffey coming in.
Fourth lowest to the NBA. Look at the big smile on his face. Hey, he can walk away now. Dennis going to sit down here with 1:39 in the clock. 16 rebounds, 9 points. Let me try that again. Yeah, nothing but net.
Boy, that looked like a nice free throw. I don't know what. Shoot him like that. That looked pretty good. About a minute and a half left in the third as Tony breaks the pressure. Finds Jason Caffey for the slam. When they deny the passing lanes and you go to the basket, every once in a while you get a good one, and Jason just got one.
Well, the Clerk will try and take the foul on the play, so it's a good play that he goes up and hammers it down.
Loose ball as the Clerk gets it tapped, throws it away. Steve Kerr comes up with it. Lost it. Inside Scott Burrell. Missed it. Got it back and put it in.
Scott Burrell with 8 points.
That's his second rebound.
They want to go 2 for 1.
Mercer drives baseline. Tony cut him off. Now Antoine Walker trying to post up with Tony on his. That's not very good recognition by Boston. Barrows drives inside in the lane. Hangs. Missed it. Rebound pulled down by McCarty in the corner. De Klerk. Lost it.
The Bulls lucked into that one, so they should take one shot here now. Now, who do you put on top to try to break it down?
I would think Tony would get it. Harry.
I'll give you a spot, Burrell. You may have a shot.
Harp got fouled with 2 on the shot clock and 8.4 seconds left in the third quarter. John Thomas will check back in.
Bulls with their biggest lead of the game at this stage.
Judd Bushler will come back in for the Bulls as Hart makes the first. Jerry Springer enjoying the ball game. Randy Brown comes back. Nice to see Randy in the ball game. Randy's been fighting that flu.
Yeah, it's good to see Randy in the game is right.
Harp takes his time. Missed that one, and Thomas came down with a rebound. 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds.
Oh, they got one guy you don't want to go. Steve, what do you got? You got one left?
From half court, it's close. Oh. Halfway there, you knew it was close. It just didn't quite fall. We played 3 periods, and the Bulls lead the Celtics 73-65. Bulls with a pretty nice third quarter after trailing in the first, came back in the second, same in the third. Lead at 73-65. Some little further numbers now as you take a look at the field goal percentage. 45-44 Boston. free throws, though, the Bulls with 9 more have made 6 of them, and rebounds 38-27. Bulls lead it.
Well, a couple of my good friends here tonight, Gino Toff and his beautiful wife Annie, taking a little time off from the Cafe Parisien to see the green wave. The fans up on their feet here. Noise, 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 it says upstairs. 8-point lead for the Bulls. 12 more minutes.
Michael Jordan, Jason Campy, Ted Bushler, Tony Kukoc, and Ron Harper for the Bulls. Chauncey Billups, John Thomas, DeClerc, McCarty, and Mercer for Boston. 10 on the shot clock. Billups, a long 3, way off, and Judd Bushler's fought for it. Did he come out of there? Yeah, he did. Celtics trailing after 3 quarters, just 3-12 on the year. Jason Campy trying to post up Judd Bushler. Puts it down. Ron Harper stops. Got Thomas in the air. His pass deflected. Shot clock at 6 at 5. Tony Kukoc for 3. Very short.
Oh, it looked like he danced a little bit.
Thomas. Back to DeClerc. Thomas, spin move, nope. DeClerc fights for it. Thomas came out of there. DeClerc kept it alive. Now Mercer comes inside with a left hand, couldn't get it. Rebound pulled down by the Bulls.
Well, I'll tell you, John Thomas is a strong kid, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
A couple blocks. He had 7 points in the quarter. Bushy for a 3. No good, but Tony comes up with the rebound.
Chauncey Billups and Tony Kukoc in a little pushing match, and Chauncey Billups will pick up the personal foul.
Chauncey's got to remember, still, he's not going to get that even up call till maybe next year.
Or the year after, yeah.
The year after. What a nice season he's had so far.
Michael comes off the screen, double team into the corner. Judd Bushler for a long deuce, missed that. Walter McCarty pulls in the rebound. Judd had made 4 in a row before those 2 misses. McCarty with a corner 3, way off. Harper comes in for the rebound again. Harper with 6 rebounds. Out to MJ for 3. Short. Rebound loose, and Harper comes up with it again.
Looking for somebody to pass.
He was looking around. He didn't see anybody open. Celtics do a nice job of cutting off the passing angles.
But you forget about her. He does all the dirty work.
Jason had the open jump shot. Now goes to the basket. He got fouled, but he had the open shot right away. Travis Knight will check back in for the Celtics. DeClerc will leave. Andrew DeClerc out of Florida.
Cappy missing a couple games with the flu back, and the Bulls can use a full man roster going on the road. We saw Randy get just a short time. What did Randy just had a minute?
Yeah, he didn't play long. I think Phil just wanted to get him a little run.
Get his legs going.
Good practice yesterday, they said. The ball club did. Ron knocked it away. Jason Campy comes up with it. Good hands by Harp just to knock it away. So she gives it right back to Tony Kukoc.
He could take Knight.
Knight knocks it away. It'll belong to the Bulls with 8 on the shot clock. Takes the long deuce and hits. Tony makes it 76-65 Bulls. Bulls with their biggest lead. Michael with 17, Tony with 11. The only 2 Bulls players in double figures. Got a bunch that are right next to it. Thomas had it knocked away, and Tony got it to Ron Harper. Michael's on the right side.
Whoa! Harp tried to get that ball up to the hoop.
Antoine Walker will check back in. John Thomas picks up the foul. And when he fouled, about 3 bodies went to the floor. Thomas comes out. Walker comes back. MJ turns and looks.
Oh, he got hammered. Nice play. Tony hit Michael as Michael turned and faced the crowd, the basket. They double teamed him, and Tony just went to the basket. And Travis Knight, you see another player come over to the picture, and then Tony gets hit by Travis Knight. That's 4 fouls on them.
Michael gets it down low. Looks for the open man. It's Tony. Fakes the pass. Now goes into the corner. Judd Bushler for 3. Back to the rim. And Chauncey Billups comes up with a rebound. Judd started out hot. Now he's missed 3 in a row. McCarty. Right side jumper. Ron Mercer with that shot. Up, has it down low. Busher gets it to Tony Kukoc, just inside the 3-point stretch. Tony missed it. Rebound, Chauncey Billups. Celtics trying to get right back in this one. Quick jumper, right side, in and out. Jason Campbell with a strong rebound. Ron Mercer came after. Tony inside the line.
Good move, took it right to the hole.
And Rick Pitino wants a timeout. 78-67 Bulls with the lead. 7:34 left. And we get a timeout, Boston.
Every year the guys get younger and younger. There's a rookie who's 19. That even makes me feel old. That's why I'd never play a game without my Ginsana. Ginsana is the real stuff. G115 ginseng. It works through my body to help make the most of my natural energy, so I feel good.
Ginsana Energy helps you run the court and your life.
Everybody's got a choice. You can feel your age, or you can feel your Ginsana.
Feel your Ginsana, the original all-natural energizer.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
I'm the cool cat who read all that. Every book from front to back. I even read the tiny type. I read each one from day to night. I read about that famous flight and was terrified by tales of fright. Every page I did indeed. I'm one cool cat who loves to read. It's not coincidental. Reading is fundamental.
You're watching Sports Channel. Real-time closed captioning of the Bulls is sponsored by Sony Trinitron Television. It's the clarity, color, and sharpness you'd expect only from a Sony.
Well, we'll take a look here. Michael Jordan bringing the ball up to Tony. Tony's going to come over very quickly, just go right around Travis Knight and in for a slam. Tony with 13 points. He didn't have one in the first quarter, but here he is. He just beats his man in, takes it to the hole. Bulls with 11-point lead, 7:34 to go in this quarter, the final.
78-67, Bulls with the lead.
Again.
Mercer missed that. Hard-headed, knocked away by McCarty. It'll belong to the Bulls. Full court pressure now put on. Tony. Very soft pass ahead to Ron Harper. He'll stop from 15 and hits. 80-67 now. Bulls with the lead. Mercer around the Dennis. Antoine Walker with a tough screen, and Mercer hits it, makes it 80-69 now. Bulls with the lead. Caffey inside for Dennis with a left hand. And he got pushed by Antoine Walker.
Michael says, are you sure you wanted to take the ball at a hole like that? You didn't have a good shot at it, neither did Dennis. But Dennis will try to be breaking into double figures here in scoring. 9 points, 16 rebounds. Missed 3 out of the 4 free throws he shot.
Tony had it and lost it. Dennis 1 of 6 from the free throw line. Kind of had a quiet second half, especially. Tip. Antoine Walker puts it in. Walker with 18 points. 80-71. That lead is shrinking. Tony pushes it up the floor, comes right down, lays it in. Tony Kukoc with the layup.
Well, Tony is doing right now what they want Scotty to do. Take the ball, bring it up, and break the defenses down, go to the hoop, finish it off, and he's done that.
Walker gets it down low. Dennis knocked it away. McCarty had it knocked loose by Jason Caffey, and Jason reached in. DeClerc will check back in along with Bowen. Travis Knight leaves. And Ron Mercer. Nope, McCarty leaves as well. Mercer started to walk over that way. (82-71). Bulls with the lead. DeClerc spins back, and a foul called on Jason Caffey. The basket goes in, and Jason picks up the personal foul. Jason says, I didn't do anything.
DeClerc has made 2 free throws here. 6 points in the game. Gets a rebound back.
Blocked, and the Celtics wanted goaltending. And after the no goaltend call, a foul is called.
Wow.
No, not a foul. A 22nd timeout called by the Bulls, and Rick Pitino may get a technical foul here. Well, no goaltend was called, no matter what the Celtics would like.
There's the shot. Jason Caffey way up to block that shot. Everybody's screaming. Okay. Wow. It looked like DeClerc was going to jump through the net this side, didn't it?
Yeah.
I like that camera that's right over the top there. Rick Pitino saying, hey, that was a... I think he's supposed to shoot free throws here. Isn't that the 5th foul?
It was a 22nd timeout, John. I thought it was a foul, but it's a...
Oh, he called a timeout. Okay, you're right. You're right. You're right. They fouled Harp in the corner, but not to be. Just a timeout.
Coach gives it right back to Steve Kerr. Back to Tony down low. Coach starts to back in with Mercer on him. In the lane, put it up. Nope, rebound. DeClerc got it back. MJ tried to get it from Bowen. It's loose, still loose. Michael falls down, gets it, looks for somebody, finds Ron Harper. Great hustle by MJ, and this Bulls crowd loves it. Dennis no look to Michael. He lost it, got it back. Double team.
What a Bulls are having a tough time getting anything off here. Harp, what do you got?
Comes through the lane.
So he makes it pay off. Harp with 9 points. 4:40 to go. The Bulls up to 11-point lead.
84-73 is the score as Walker has it on top for a three that's way off. Dennis Rodman with his 18th rebound. Bulls with a chance now to break this open just a little bit with a basket here. MJ turns and looks. Has it on the Bulls' head. Walker double team and he got fouled on the pass off, but it won't matter. Boston's already over the limit. Michael will shoot a pair anyway.
The Bulls have led up to this point without their center playing many minutes tonight. Of course, he'll get his hands full tomorrow when Alonzo Mourning is there. But Luke played 20 minutes. Bill Wennington's not been in the game, and neither is Klein. Neither is Joe Klein. So
last couple ball games, Boston. Michael was right up there. 16 free throws for the Bulls, 29, and at Boston, lead up there 28. Dennis called for over the back. What's it been tonight? Team 23 of 34. MJ's 8 of 10.
Dennis is saying, hey, how could you see that from half court over the other side?
4 minutes left. Bulls lead at 85-73. Chauncey Billups.
Screen on top.
On top, running jumper, missed that rebound tap. Billups gets it back, puts it up in the lane, and an offensive foul have to be called against Boston. They had 3 guys that were in there fighting for position.
Yep, you're right. Absolutely. That was Billups.
Ron Harper ended up on his backside. Ronnie Nunn says this is the way it will be. Harp near the half-court stripe. Top MJ looking for the open. Michael spins back, gets it to Tony in the corner for 3. Nope, but Ron Harper there for another rebound. Harp with 9 rebounds now.
Well, Michael went to the boards in a game against Detroit. Oh, tough. Went to the boards in a game against Detroit. He had 9 rebounds, 9 assists. Whoop.
The clerk reached out. Got a piece of Michael, and MJ took offense to it. Now walks away. The foul was called on Bruce Bowen. See if you see it here, Johnny.
Oh, he grabbed him around the waist. That's what he had called. He had grabbed him around the waist. Well, I was saying Michael went to the boards in Detroit to help Dennis out, and Luke out had 9 boards, and tonight Harp's got 9.
Our next television game, you have to wait a long time. It'll be tomorrow night at 6:30 as the Bulls will be in Miami to take on the Heat. Game room at 6:30. Tip-off 7 o'clock. Tim Hardaway, Alonzo Mourning, and the guys as the Bulls play the Atlantic Division leaders, the Miami Heat team. Bulls are fighting with right now for supremacy in the Eastern Conference. Bulls got to win Christmas night against them. Tomorrow night will be a tough tussle, you would think. Steve Kerr called for the foul. We got a timeout. 2:54 left. The Bulls lead at 86-73.
They asking this.
Chicago Bulls basketball is brought to you in part by United Airlines, working toward a more professional travel experience. United Airlines, rising. Ameritech, in a world of technology, people make the difference. And by Mazda, come see what happens when a car company has more engineers and fewer accountants. Mazda. Oh, beautiful shot of Chicago. What a great city to be in. Fans speak, John, as far as the All-Star voting. How about that? All-Star 91. Michael Jordan has got his seat at the end of the bench as Chauncey Billups has it between the circles now with 2:45 left. 8:07 on the shot clock as Antoine Walker has it inside, throws it up, and a foul call. Dennis Rodman called for the personal foul. That's his 5th. 86-73 Bulls with the lead as Antoine Walker will go to the free throw line for a couple. He's 3 of 4 from there. 18 points, 11 rebounds. So a double-double for Antoine Walker in 38 minutes. He doesn't sit down though. Hey, John, we're talking about tomorrow on Miami. And there is what's going on in the Eastern Conference right now. Indiana 3rd, right behind the Bulls. Cleveland right there. That's tough.
Indiana lost tonight to Phoenix by 1. He makes both of these. He's got 20 points, 2:33, and the Bulls would like to see this clock really go down.
Mark goes down low for Tony into the corner. Judd Bushler back inside for Tony, who lays it in. Great ball movement by the Bulls. Nothing tough. Find an open man, keep moving a little bit, and the Bulls get the easy layup. 88-75 now. Bulls with the lead. Coming up on 2 minutes left.
Tony's come to life here with 15 of his 17 points in the second half.
He's also, John, got 8 rebounds and 6 assists. Going inside, lost it, got his back and double dribble.
3 seconds double dribble and all those.
And he walked through, I think.
You know, I saw Robin here earlier, and that makes you think that when you see these two guys, Batman and Robin. But didn't I see Chris O'Donnell here, somewhere?
Yeah, he's here, behind us. He was here. I think he just left. Harp with it on the wing. Shot clock went off, and it'll be Boston ball.
Not the worst thing that could happen this late in the game. The Bulls will take some time off the clock, and here comes John Thomas back in.
It's a guy that, John, your point earlier was he is just so strong. Gets a rebound inside, he can really bull his way inside. Minute and a half remains. 88-75. Bulls with the lead and a foul away from the ball on Judd Bushler. Our producer director on the Big S in the Midwest Sports Channel is James A. Angio. Associate producer Doug Stanton. Aldo Perry will be making the trip to Miami tonight. Joe Groob's here alongside. And again, the Trio Video guys, thanks a bunch. You are outstanding to work with.
Celtics 2 out of 3 in free throws here in this quarter.
Coming up after Bulls basketball on Sports Channel, Eric Collins will be live in the locker room. Fox Sports News. Joe Bugle got fired. Michigan, Indiana basketball, and the Coyotes and Red Wings highlights. Missed that rebound tap. Dennis almost tapped it in, and then John Thomas is there for the follow-up. Thomas with 7 points and 4 rebounds. Tony looks for the open man. Ron Harper intercepted by Poland. Here comes Boston. Antoine Walker for 3. Dennis Rodman with the rebound. Lost it. Got it back. Tipped it ahead to Judd Bushler. 18 rebounds now for Dennis. Tony comes down the lane underneath, missed it, and Thomas with the rebound. Minute left in the game. Bulls lead at 88-77. Chauncey Billups runs in. Dennis Rodman with the rebound. Harp starts to throw it and then says hang on. 20 rebounds now for Dennis Rodman. 51 team rebounds as Tony slams it in.
Bulls going for a 17-1 here, Tom.
What a great home record. Antoine Walker.
His team was 7-3 in their last 10. His Boston team 7-3. Last 10 had a couple of wins in a row.
Got a nice win over Milwaukee on Saturday at Milwaukee. Not to beat tonight. Mercer with a baseline jumper hits with 18 seconds left.
What a nice stroke he's got on 20 points. Yeah. He had 20 for Walker.
Steve Kerr will bring it across the timeline for the Bulls, who do not have to shoot.
Walker was trying to take a foul, and he could have held it up. But
Walker missed everything on the layup. Out of bounds. It'll be Boston ball with 1.6 seconds left. 1.6 seconds remain. Mercer will shoot the three. Missed that. And the Chicago Bulls have won this here at the United Center. Final score, Bulls win it 90-79. As they walk off the floor. Phil Jackson congratulates and talks to his coaches. Dennis Rodman will throw the jersey. Looking for somebody right now.
Look at, I lost my 2 front teeth. All I want is your jersey, Rodman. He's going to get it. Let's go to Eric Collins, Tommy.
He's got a British Airways insight to the game.
A rough game. It just kind of a blah, not very pretty game, but sometimes the Celtics seem to do that when they're on the floor.
Well, that's the way they play. They play a scrappy game defense, try to not let you get set up offensively. And, you know, it was a raggedy game, but we won the ball game, and, you know, it was a getaway game for us. We're going on the road for a couple of games. It's going to be tough, and we got to be mentally ready and get some rest and be prepared.
It seemed like the first half, the guy who was doing it all was Judd Bushler, kind of a surprise off the bench.
Yeah, Judd helped out a lot. He extended the defense a little bit. The defense tends to key on me and double team me, and I was able to move the ball around to Judd a couple of times, and he knocked the shot down. That really hurts the defense.
And Michael, looking ahead to tomorrow, you guys got a big plane trip down to Miami tonight. The Heat, they're kicking back, clicking their heels, waiting for you guys to come to town. Is that somewhat of an advantage for them?
Yeah, kind of. You know, I think we have to go through travel. You know, we got to get down there as soon as possible, get some rest, and get ready for them. They're going to be waiting for us, and hopefully we can play better than what we played tonight.
I appreciate you stopping by. That's Michael Jordan, 19 points for the Chicago Bulls, and the Bulls victorious, 13 consecutive home victories. The final score here, the Bulls 90, the Boston Celtics 79. That's our British Airways.